Howdy guys and welcome back. Ruckus here with something a little bit different today. This is that video I said I was working on, the one that I lost all the replays for. I sat down last weekend and battled through a dozen or so games in this, the Pz.Kpfw B2740F. This is a captured French vehicle. I think it's based on the Char B1. Yeah, it's okay. It's a tier 4 premium heavy tank. Plays more like a medium tank. And this is what we're going to be using for today's video. So what are we doing today? Well, a while ago I was asked by someone who's pretty new to the game, one of you guys, I can't remember who it was, just how I managed to have such precise control over my vehicle most of the time. What's going on between the screen and my hands and my personal setup with the controls, because he just didn't seem to be able to pull off the same kind of moves with the same kind of precision. Practice is the short answer, and the simplest answer to give to that question. Anyone who's played the game as much as I have would have at least as good a handle on the controls, if not better. But it did get me thinking as to whether we all use the same technique, or if there's a bit of variation in what we all do. Because there's certainly a lot of variation in the devices we play Blitz on. I've played on a bunch of different devices ranging from a little iPhone 5 up to a moderately bulky iPad mini. And of course there are way bigger screens than that, and all shapes and sizes in between. Personally, my average size hands and their average length thumbs feel most comfortable on the 5.5 inch plus size iPhones that have come out just recently. I'm now on a 6S Plus, and it's where I prefer to sit. So you've seen from my replays the control scheme I've settled into. Here it is. It's a normal fixed joystick for vehicle movement. Auto aim selection placed up and out of the way to the left, top left. Large fire button on the right hand side. Sniper button placed just far enough away to prevent misfiring. Large camera scroll area down the bottom. Equipment slots always in the same order. And ammo selector far right. If the right side of the screen looks busier than the left, it's because the joystick is the most constantly used button, and therefore, in my experience, needs the least distraction. Any variation to the position of these buttons would probably throw my game out completely, at least for a while, until I get used to a new scheme, because they're pretty much burned into my memory to the point where I can reach them subconsciously whilst focusing on the battle in game. So no surprises there really. Set your controls up to what feels comfortable and practice until they become second nature. Big deal. But what you can't see, and what you probably haven't seen properly in yourself, is the interaction between hands and screen. You really need to take a third-person view to see what's going on when you control your vehicle. Now, my recent iPhone upgrade has temporarily left me with a spare device. I've just given it away to my brother for his birthday, my old 6 Plus. So I took the opportunity here to make one of the most unusual gameplay videos out there yet. Behold my precisely engineered camera rig. Take one iPhone 6 Plus, a steel rod on a huge magnetic base that I pinched from a mine site I worked on a few years ago, half a dozen books, and some painter's blue sticky tape, and you've got this shot. Let it not be said that we are afraid to think outside the box here at Ruckus Entertainment. Now, this may be terrible to watch, so if that's the case, then rest easy in knowing it's the only vid I'll be showing like this. But I think it's an interesting perspective, because we're really only vaguely aware of what's going on with our hands when we play, or at least I am. Watching this, I've noticed some habits I've picked up on that I didn't really realize I was doing, and now I appreciate how important thumbs are to this game, hey? Just think, 5 million years ago, our family tree branched off from our common ancestors with the chimpanzees, leaving the trees of the jungle behind and moving out into the savannas to eventually walk upright, which then freed up our hands to set mankind on an evolutionary path that would eventually lead to fully opposable thumbs and the ability to maintain a 5.1 kill-death ratio in World Tanks Blitz. Truly, we are now gods. So you may find something here you're doing different in your own game that you could change, or vice versa. If you think you've got a better system or approach to the controls, let me know in the comments. For me, this is the most comfortable system that I've played with for sure. The screen could be bigger, but the reach for my thumbs is just about perfect. I only really ever need to stretch if I'm going for the ammo selected button. So let's get into this game, and you can see for yourself just how I make my way around the controls. We were on port for the first game. The B2 has excellent power to weight, although a fairly limited top speed, leading the charge here in this tier 4 battle. Tier 4 is the only tier that the B2 will see. The preferential matchmaker is so good that it doesn't even see Tier 5s. This is a nice little seal clubbing machine. It's got a fantastic traverse rate of both the turret and the hull, and a fast firing little pop gun, so it's definitely going to keep my fingers busy here as I set up to side scrape against this SU-85B. There we go. Now in position, and we can see that unlike driving with my finger mashed on the button, side scraping just requires little taps of the forward and back motion on the joystick there. Is that SU still there? Maybe. Still firing away. Sorry, iPhone. Move on to the Marder. Might as well hit the target you can see. Oh, SU, one more shot, might have got him as well. Lecto now, no armor on that thing. Stuck out in the open. I'm set up to side scrape again. Tap back, just jiggling around, tap forward, tap back, just keeping my position ideal. I find that if you hold the joystick for whole rotation whilst you're side scraping, you're more likely to twist the vehicle. I can't seem to drive it straight with my finger on it unless I'm moving forward, so by doing that you're more likely to ruin your angle there and your attempt to side scrape. So just dancing back and forth, little taps on the joystick, and that is the team just about done. Where are these last two tanks? Here we go, T40, we move back. Now that I'm driving along steadily, just got the finger pressed down on the joystick, just little rolls of the thumb left and right to do the little fine movements. But all these games were played with about 250 ping, which is just does my head in. I cannot wait for them to fix the bloody subsea cable. The games I had recorded before were, I think, showed a lot more finer control than what these games do. When your ping is this bad, half the controls don't register, so you really have to rock the joystick too far back and forth. You know, you're always overcorrecting and oversteering when the ping is this bad. So I'm set up to side scrape again. Gotta watch that T40 with the derp gun, but he bounced my side, and I will beat his reload. You can sit there all you want, mate. Move on, just Pz.Kpfw left. And I don't think I'm going to get to him in time. Boom. So not a bad little game there. Third class badge and a sniper award, 1k damage, heaps of shots fired. You can see my reflection in the phone there. Straight at my nose, nice. These next couple of games will really put my thumbs to the test. These were some disastrous matches. I really felt when I was trying to get these recordings done that I was forcing it. Just forcing myself to play to get good gameplay, and it just wasn't happening. My teams were just terrible, and this team exemplifies that and the type of team I was getting all day. Combine that with the bad ping and you've got for a very frustrating experience. I had not played the game since, and it's now the following weekend. Did break until they sort the subsea cable out. I think I'm done. If you're after another example of a control setup, head over to earthdx's channel. He's got a gameplay vid shown from a similar perspective. He uses a much different control setup to mine. Only one thumb in play and 2 index fingers working various controls. It was interesting for me to watch. So set up here in side scraping position, looking to defend the bridge, but it turns out that no one is going to rock up. Team is splitting up, some going to cap. We've got some fast flankers coming around behind our spawn. Just holding position, waiting for something to happen. Couple of flankers now and some guys in cap. This side of the bridge is uncontested, it looks like, so I need to go back and help the team. Just an M2 medium there, it's okay. Try and get back to that PZ before they take him out. Use him to spot the reds and try and get some long range shots on whilst I'm still hidden, but he's run out of hit points. Come on, B2. Call help. We lose the PZ. There goes the spotting. Try and get some shots on these guys. Nope. One on the BT7, and time to set up for a side scrape. There we go. That's a better position. Can definitely hold off these two light tanks. That A20's probably only got the rapid fire gun, little machine gun. Yep, there's no way he's going to pin me from there. So at the moment I'm safe, but just took a big hit. There is something else out there. I need to be more careful now. We are bleeding tanks. We're 3 down. Our guys have gone towards cap, have somehow managed to get themselves killed. Side scraping again. Looks like I'm still spotted, yep. Come on team, pull it together. Look again, there it is. T28 is a much different kettle of fish. It's got a powerful gun and a big hit pool. Some good shots away. Side scraping's working well. They're bouncing off the rock in front of me. We've just lost the PZ in town, which means whoever that is there in cap is now coming towards me. A20's come forward, charging me down. Keep the armor angled towards him, but he tracks me, and I missed the repair button. Come on. Flip the tank around. One more shot, engine fire for the kill. Covenanter now. Need to face him, but there's tanks behind me. Both of the T28 and that BT7 have come forward, so I now point the tank towards them. Hopefully bounce a few more shots. So try and take down this Covenanter. Yep, and I haven't forgotten about you, BT7. It's him done. Hide behind the wreck of the A20 now, but gun on the T28 is too powerful, and it's only going to take one more shot. There's a miss. Still getting some good shots away. Don't know how that penetrated. Must have been through the turret. The turret is the weakest part of the armor on the B2. And that is all she wrote. Look at this cruiser. Spartan, look at that, 1200 damage. We enter into the third game midway through, just to skip the slow, boring stuff at the start. All that happened was we moved into the temple here on Lost Temple, took out a lone Covenanter, and now we've moved back to respond to a red flanking maneuver. Another BT7 causing havoc here, spotting our AFK DW. Sneaky BT7, using cover well to stay out of line of sight of my gun. What's the team doing? We're spread out at the moment. Tactical Orgasm. Good name, terrible connection apparently. BT7 is slipping through. He's away. The team has reformed. Got a lot of strength in this corner of the map now, so we could pull this back. Only one tank behind, 2 tanks behind now, sorry. BT7 has come a bit too far forward. He is now fully isolated from his team, so I'm going to slip by here. Now risk moving out in the open. Valentine 2 down there. Ah, you're mine now. BT7's autocannon has no chance whatsoever getting through the front of the B2. One tank down again. Full health Hetzer here will surely be a reliable ally. Facing off against the Valentine 2, which is no threat to either of us from the front, unless he's firing APCR, and even then, it's not a guaranteed pan on either of us. But we lose the PZ4 to that, the M8A1. Very weakly armoured, but very powerful gun on that machine. I'm focusing the Valentine, but we're quickly going to swap here as the M8 goes directly for my Hetzer ally. Swap back. Auto am off. Frantic thumb work. Need to save the Hetzer. He's going to be my only ally. In fact, he is my only ally now. A couple of misses there on the ammo selected button. Trying to swap to APCR, but AP will do the job on that thing. Desperately trying to take him out before he gets the heads up. Shots are bouncing off him from the Valentine, but I can safely ignore him. Right, now back to the Valentine. Now that I'm behind him, I can put shots through his engine deck. Again, just using that left joystick to keep the angle of the armor optimized. Come on, Hetzer, help me out. I worked hard to keep you alive. He's got the right idea. Back of the turret, surely. God damn it. Now I'm getting shot from a Lee. Come on. The problem with this gun is it takes forever to whittle down an opponent's hit points. Okay, focus now the Lee. I'm still on AP here. Tracked again. A T-46 with the derp gun threatening us both now. And would have the luck to find the best reverse driver in the game here. I cannot pin this guy down. I really need to take them on one at a time, but he slips away. Now the M3 lead's coming back. Try to side scrape here, but he's going wide. Tracked again. There goes my last repair. He's hit me again. Dangerous gun on the Lee. Need them to be separated, so I go after the T-46. I've got this guy, but tracked again, and that's game. Lee gets another shot in my rear, and I do get the T-46. Reverse out when I probably should have gone the other way to take on the Lee. And I try to get around him. Some very irate hand movements there. God damn it. The thumbs are shaking from the effort of playing that game. 2k damage. Look at that team. Fuck. 41 shots fired, 30k, and Top Gun award. Alright, we'll finish off with a nice little game on Desert Sands. This one went a bit more in my favour, and my camera work won't be as bad as I'm not under quite so much stress. Don't mind the B2. Does a good job in most situations, and my win rate is pretty good in it. It's not hard to come out on top of most games if you're always in a tier 4 game in this thing. SU-76, first target. Set up to side scrape again. Lucky shot there as he pulled away. First kill. T-46 next. You notice every fire of the button is like a double tap. I wasn't really aware I was doing it until I watched these replays. Side scrape. Tap tap. Jiggle back and forth, little taps on the joystick just to hold that position. Tap tap. SU-85B. Tap tap. Something to my right. Tap tap. Valentine 2, I can safely leave that. If you're ever in a game, a tier 4 game, there's one of those things, just leave it until it's last. It's not really a threat. T-28 on the other hand, big threat. Side scrape. Jiggle back. Tap tap. Repair the fuel tank. Obviously a bit too much angle there as he was able to pen my side. There's a bounce. There's a Cruiser 4 moving behind the rail. Team's doing okay with 2 tanks up. Cruiser's going wide. T-28's backing away, but he's got an ally there, Pz.Kpfw. I don't want to take 2 on at once. Cruiser's come all the way through. That's an easy kill. Pays to always zoom out, check your surroundings, keep an eye on the bigger picture. Side scraping here again. Trying to just take on one at a time. Pull back. Tracked by the T-28. Side of the turret. There's my 4th. T-28's the only tank left. Desperately Trying to stay away from my gun now. Side scraping, but he's still pulling away. I should have been more aggressive here. I had the hit points to probably take this guy down, and certainly plenty of backup. I did my attack a bit too late, and I just missed the finishing kill. That's okay. At least I got one good game. And that's it. Let us know in the comments what you think of my setup, and if you're doing something radically different, send us a picture on Twitter or Facebook. I'd be interested to see it. Episode done. Ruckus out. Peace.